Hi everyone, I've been asked by several of you to do a flip through. I've never done it, don't know if I hope I'll do it justice. Most of you wanted a flip through of my tattered breaking apart book that I'm using for experiments and an art journal experiment, but I've just worked on it and it's still wet and I haven't finished it. But I did finish another art journal, so I'm going to take you through it. And basically, I've started most of my journals like 2-3 years ago, so I've got several of them in many sizes and shapes. So only now I'm starting to finish several of them, and this one is the first that I've finished. This was a sketchbook that I thought would be good for an art journal. It turns out it's not, although the paper was more like watercolor paper. It didn't take well to all the gluing and all the spraying, and as you can see, you will see in several places it just started to break apart, and as I went through it I started to take out signatures so it won't get completely ruined. This one is basically pieces of napkin, some rub-ons, and all the background is with the lipstick. Yeah, because I don't have gelatos, and I've used lipstick to smear the background, all this purple, blue and light blue and other stuff here. It's that's what was in the background. Here we go, another one, pieces from a napkin and paint and stamps, and this is a cutout from a magazine, and instead of painting it black, I decided to go with brown so it will go with the rest of the page, and I really like it. Here we go. This is one of my let's say experiments. I've took tissue paper and scrunched it real good. I wanted really pronounced wrinkles, and that's the background. Once it was dry, I went with gold over the wrinkles. These pieces are from some kind of paper Nina sent me that were like part fabric, and that's the crazy the crazy page I've made. Another page, paper napkin. Big surprise there. And of course I've altered it and pronounced several places. In the background, this is one of my painting papers that I've showed you in the past, just taking a plastic card and dragging acrylic paint across it. So you have the painting paper in the back. Here there is stenciling the waves, and then here and here are pieces from a paper napkin. Okay, this one was for, I think, Nina's group in Facebook for one of the prompts, and I just went with acrylics in the background, light blues and grays and white, and on deli paper I painted with watercolors, then stamped the leaf images and then cut them out and glued them. This and this are part of paper napkin. This is another one for Nina's art journal prompts. It was inches. I hate doing inches, but I've I've done it. and as you can see it's a little bit ruined. I don't know what happened, but it just stuck again at the background, one of my painted papers, then stamping, and these are the inches that all are cut also from one of my painted papers. So this is it. Okay, don't quite remember what was here. I just remember smearing paint and adding this leaf shapes. Don't know, I just drew them by hand, I think. This is a washi tape, and here is a piece of paper napkin. In the background, acrylics that I've smeared yellow, pink, light blue, and then I stamped with, I had silicone, what the name of it, someone told me, trivet, to put hot pots on it, so I'm using them as stamps. I've sprayed them and then made a print on this. Very simple page. Another one, acrylic smeared in the background with my finger. Nothing special about it, just blending the colors, and I just moved diagonally and it created some kind of movement. There is stamps here that look like bubbles, and more stamps of shells, seashells, I think, and modeling paste through a stencil. So, oh, and when I wanted this to be more pronounced, I took chalk pastels and scraped them. So here is the powder, and then I spray them. So part of the powder stuck and part of the powder melted because it's water soluble. So this is it. Okay, background. I've placed several items. I had embellishments that looked like leaves and branches, and then sprayed the page with greens and blues. After it dried, I just stamped some elements that also looked like branches and leaves, and this is a cutout from something I've purchased at Bomo Art. They are from Budapest, and when I was there, I think I've raided their store. They have a website, so you can go and look for it. So this is from Bomo Art. Okay, lots and lots of paper napkin. This is a paper napkin in the background. This is another paper napkin, and here is, this is a punch. I used the punch of flower for here from one of my painted paper that corresponded with the color, and just went around with, I think, one of my lipsticks that I use instead of gelatos. Okay, just smearing paint and white, turquoise and black, and you just go and blend them until this is what you get. This is permanent marker, nothing special about it, just having fun. What did I do here? I don't remember. Okay, I think I smeared paint, blues and purples like so from up to down. Then I stenciled this gold, and I hope you can see it is from a stencil. And then I went with stamping and put gluing down pieces from a paper napkin. These flowers are from a paper napkin, and these two birds. And again, something stuck here and it's got a little bit ruined. Okay, lots of paper in the background and music sheet, and then I've blended rainbow colors all through the page and used circular caps for doing this, and these are just punched from one of my painted papers, the circle, and then with lids I added the black and white. These are just both embellishment that goes by the meter, and envelope that I've sprayed with several colors. Don't remember what I've done here. It's been a long time. I really don't remember what I've done and how to open it now. Okay, here it is. And leftovers from painted paper and from the inches that I've done here, as you can see. And here is on the back of Just For You, something that I've bought. So, just for the fun of it. Okay. I think it was for one of the prompts in Nina's group. Okay, one of the crazy things that I'm doing. I made a very colorful background. Lots and lots of colors. Then I took one of the tissue papers that I stamped, like because we don't have theme holes here, so I'm stamping my own tissue paper. So I've glued it on top of the background to mute it down and bring it all to be coherent. And it was too busy and too colorful, so I came up with the idea of making these windows. This is just from black paper that I've cut rectangles and cut it and went with the Posca pen to make the windows, and just went with black gesso all around. So that's my Windows crazy page. I don't think I can manage this whole journal in one video. We'll see. This one I made a video. It's all experimenting with lipsticks and eyeshadows, and that's it. And doing a resist with gesso, white gesso I think it was, or maybe white acrylics. But there is a video, so you can check it out. This one I made another video. It was a masking technique. I had chipboards in all these images, whatever, and I placed them on this page that was all made from leftover paper napkins. There is a video, check it out. I'm trying to move along. Here, what did I do here? Acrylics in the background, just blending the colors, blues and purples. And then I've used white gel pen to make all this with stencils that I had. And then I've added more dots with silicone, not matte, silicone coaster, to make more dots in the background and that will be more interesting. This one has a video, so you can check it out. Basically, it was inspired by my laundry. I had 3 sweaters in these colors, and they were one on top of each other, and I really liked it, so I had to try it on a page. Here I just experimented with my chalk pastels. Basically, I've just ground them to powder, put it on top of this paper, and then sprayed it. After that, or before I think, maybe before. I've done, I don't know if you can see it, but there is modeling paste with stencil that I've put on the page, and then I've put the powder from the chalk pastels, sprayed it, it spread around, and then I stamped all these. Another one that has a video, you can check it out. It was again basically like this, only now I enhanced the colors. One of my crazy pages, I just smeared and smeared paint, put stamps, put stencils, really crazy. And then I just drew by hand this flower and masked most of the page. Another one that has a video, check it out. And this one also, that I wanted to show you how to use all the punched stripes, what you can do with them and add texture to your page. Just experimented with colors in the background with acrylics, and after I smeared and blended the colors, I went with and did few stamping with my handmade stamps from fun foam, craft foam, whatever you want to call it, and these are just acrylic stamps, and I drew by hand these air balloons. Lots and lots of leftover paper napkins in the background, then diluted acrylic paint to bring it all together, and these are again from Bomo Art, the focal image and the stickers, and this one started with this what do you call it, parakeet? No, parrot. Yeah, I think it's from an old kids encyclopedia, and I took it out and basically went around, and in the background there are again paper napkins that corresponded mostly with the colors I had for the parrot, and then I brought it all together with more paint and with gold embellishment here and here, and I drew the tree. So, and that's just the stamps. Next, very easy page in the background. I don't know if you can believe it, but it's a paper from Prague, something that was left around. It was black and white. I liked it, and I don't even know what it says. I took it in the background and just glued it, then glued on top a paper napkin. This whole thing is a paper napkin, and used one of my stamps here, and these are just paper I had, and this one is from a known Art Nouveau artist, Alphonse Mucha, that I love his things, and I've got them also from Prague, from the museum that they have there for his works. So basically this is it. This one is all leftover paper napkins from other projects you've seen me do, and again just putting the leftovers, then going with some kind of diluted paint to bring everything together. Then this is a paper napkin, this is a paper napkin, and this is just a stamp that I put on top. This one I've showed you the technique. It's just watercolors. This is gesso that I've put with a round lid of some kind of bottle, and it made an impression. And then I've worked with metallic watercolors and accentuated the, let's call them bubbles for that matter. And here are pieces from a paper napkin. This one is a stamp I had that I've just colored so it would go with the pieces from the paper napkin. And here, so the saying will go nicely with the rest of the page. I stamped, this is a stamp that I've stamped on the rice paper and then glued it down. Sorry. Lots of talking in really small amount of time. Let's see if I still have time to talk. Yeah, at least more 10 more minutes. Maybe we will finish this page. This one, I think I made a video. I just went around with my chalk pastel all over this double spread, and then with baby wipe I blended it all together. And these are again from Bomo Art, and I just added stamping with brown ink. This was one of my experiments. That's how you learn. I wanted something that would look like stained glass, so I took 3D paint or puff paint or tulip paint or whatever everyone calls it differently, and I've used it to make all these lines. And inside I've painted with watercolors and I quite like it. The only problem is this specific brand of 3D paint is sticky. Never going to buy this again. It was from the cheap store, but I had other brands from the cheap store that didn't do this kind of damage. Each time it's closed, something sticks and tears apart in one of the places, but live and learn. What did I do here? I can't remember. Background, some smearing of paint, don't remember what. I don't think it was acrylics, I'm not sure. And basically the sun and this and this, everything here is stencil. The only thing that I have to add is that for each stencil, like here, I'm doing some highlights. Here there is some gold as a highlight, and I went around with Stabilo all-purpose, and just so it will pop up. And so that's basically this is the page. And here, nothing special about it. I just wanted to play and add color. This simple paper napkin in the background, and then I went in with lipsticks, 2 shades of blue, 2 shades of green, smeared them until I liked it, and then stamped this lovely butterfly. I thought about going in and coloring it, but then I left it as is. So this is it for this journal. Nothing special. It was coming apart. As I said at the beginning, I had to cut the spine, if you can see it here. I've learned this trick from Ina Salisbury. You should check out her channel. And I'm not an expert of binding or covering the books, so I've just stumbled along and put fabric here to hold the spine. And this is just it's called, it comes in like booklets, and it's for, it says that it's for warping gifts. So I've used it to warp the cover and just added this burlap, what do I call it, whatever. Too many talking, I'm not used to it. Okay, so this is my art journal. I'll be back with another flip through with I think it's already dry. Here it is. That's what I've done and waited for it to dry. My tattered book that is coming apart, so I put here a hot glue, and I hope to do a flip through in the near future, but it would take too long. It's so big. I didn't know when I started it. I didn't know that's what would happen. For those of you who wanted to see what I did with the waterfall envelopes, so here they are. Just glue them to this page, and I haven't decided what to do else with it, but this is, as I said, one of my experiments. Really aged, really tattered, really, I don't know, messy. But it was fun to make, and that's what I've done with it. So here it is, and we'll see how I'll make a flip through for this, because it's not finished. I still have pages, although I don't know if I can add more because it's really coming apart. When I started it, I didn't know that I need to take some of the signatures out, and I'm used to gluing so many things in, so it's just, as I said, coming apart. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know yet. So this is it for now. Before I forget, I'm going on vacation, and I'll probably be back in about a week and a half. Maybe I'll manage to get another video, but just so you will know. So bye for now.